Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Round 7, brought to you by Turnleft Racing Network. I'm Ryan. Ryan's heavy in the booth with Tyler. We're here at Watkins Glen for 40 laps as we just wrap up qualifying. We'll go over last week's results and some point standings. Yeah, 83 laps. Strong performance by a couple drivers. One that is actually retired for the season, Michael Overstreet. Yes, definitely in the lead for points still. That's confirmed. And Boyd, stepping back to that, that was the second win of the season, fourth top five so far. You've got wins with Jonathan Christopher, and I believe Shikawa Towsey got the first one, and Caleb Eisenhower. Then you had Ryan Kuhn at Charlotte last week. Didn't notice any of those names in the lineup today. Yeah, so it looks like some of these guys are really just going to go for it right off rip and make it a race. We'll see how the 6 through 10 play the first turn. We've got some new faces on the roster. Greg LeBlanc, will be running for the first time with us here in the K&N series. There's a couple others out there tonight. Colt, welcome. Oh, that's terrible.
But it's all right, ladies and gentlemen. Little technical difficulty again here this evening. Wow, we're gonna get it right. Ryan's talking to himself. My microphone malfunctioning, aka muted. But
Malfunctioning. Jason Edmondson saying he's a big time Fortnite player. Look out for him out there, putting the kill streaks together, building stuff. Jason, good luck tonight.
What was the game? Fortnite?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. We were discussing about the point standings. Nick Boyd, your leader, currently with the fastest qualifying lap.
Nick Boyd
Um,
looking for a team. Just hit the chats and could be someone worth looking at there, Tyler.
yeah, Nick Boyd, number 75, definitely.
Dominant. I'd like to see him in an open set cup car, and I bet you he could put it down.
Yeah, he has a class license. I rating of 1349, but with a strength of field of 1234 here. He's one of the stronger drivers. We have Kevin Fetty here tonight, the 00 car. Also, that's one of your other A-class drivers. Just got a field full of rookies here. Now, keep in mind this is a road course, so the licenses and ratings are a bit different.
All right, the drivers are wrapping up the meeting here. We should be on our way.
I'm getting ready to move to the grid.
Alrighty here. Let's go. They're good. Hmm. Hmm.
Jesus. Getting ready to get underway here. Nick Boyd leading the pack through turn 6. Getting ready to come to the line. Jonathan Christopher there on your outside, on the outside, and the number 79. Get ready to go green.
Green,
We're
green, green.
underway. Number 75 and Nick Boyd gets a big jump. We'll keep an eye on this. Turn 1 as they seem to all get through cleanly. Oh, and they're wrecking before the S's. That's going to be a caution. I have to throw the caution there. No caution thrown. At least 4 cars involved in that incident. Have a look back at the leaders. Jonathan Christopher.
The yellow flag is out.
And there's the caution. Able to get that sorted out. Well, they made it through the first turn, Ryan. Second turn was a little bit of trouble. I'm not sure. Do you have any word on who it was? I saw a green car. About back mid-pack. Any information on who it might have been?
I did not spot the accident. I had some PC problems there. I apologize.
All right, no worries. I got a lock on it. It looks like the number 55. Daniel Ryan gets into it with the number. Looks like the number 77.
Ronald Head.
No, it's not the 77. What kind of number is this guy got on his car? 71. All right. I have another look at that. Looks like the 28 and the 71. Oh man, just poor decision there. Looks like the 71. The 10 gets into the 71, 71 into the 28. And as the 71 re-enters the track, just pulls right out in front of the 55. Big trouble there for the 71. 28 seemed to escape clean.
Yeah, you never like to see that many cars involved in one accident.
Yeah, just the second turn. Well, really, it all started in the first turn.
We'll see if we can get it cleaned up from here on out.
Yeah, it looks like the 10 just bumps into the 71 a bit. And
10 car of
71
Alex
just
Boy.
pulls out into traffic. Jason Edmiston might want to go crank up Fortnite. I'm just playing, Jason.
Was information gathered from the BIOS?
We're back
Nick
still under
Boyd still the
caution.
leader, followed closely by Jonathan Christopher, Jonathan Eason. Let's see if they can hold it together through 1 and 2 this time. Looks like Alex has taken the car to the pits. They're going to take that all the way back to the garage. So we are on lap 3 of 40 here at Watkins Glen. Pace car in the lead.
Pace car in the lead. That's right. Nick Boyd, Jonathan Christopher, Jonathan Eason, Jim Courtney, Sean McDonald. Your top
Courtney
5.
not a stranger to the top 5 at all. Solid performance all year.
Yeah, just outside the top 5, number 78, Michael Senzi, Rusty Koppel in the 09. 00, Kevin Fetty, 8th position. Frank Dawson in the 08, sitting in 9th position currently. Rounding out your top 10, Ronnie Head in the 77. As we come around this time, 1 lap to go till we go back green. Number 9, Toby Weatherford, getting the wave around. It's a long way around. 71 as well. Looking to make his way to the back of the pack. As they make their way through the S's. Single file restarts here in the Esports Racing Association in the K&N series. So, should be a little easier getting through. Should be able to spread out. And really, it's all about racing the track here. Gonna try and be mistake-free. They make their way through the bus stop, down into the carousel.
We'll see if they tighten it up here on the stretch and get to it.
Coming around, getting ready to go green here.
Green, 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 green.
Boyd under the
We're
gas
underway.
already.
Good jump for Boyd.
They're going to give him some room going into turn 1 here. Let's see how Christopher and Eason deal with this. And it looks like they're all making it through clean. We've got one that's dumped, 1 car involved. Looks like it was all on his own.
Look back here through the S's. Getting through clean.
Christopher charging hard into the bus stop. Making up some space here.
Yeah, he's closing that gap pretty quickly, driving that number 79 Menards car. Very hard, down through the carousel, getting a big run.
He's looking to get out front before the next caution. He's going to take the inside. He's going to wait on those brakes a little bit longer than Boyd. Boyd decides he's going to follow him through. And we have a new leader. He gets a little loose coming down the back stretch. But you will have Jonathan Christopher, Nick Boyd, Jonathan Eason, Jim Courtney, and Sean McDonald. Michael Senzi setting up just outside of the top 5. Top 3 cars are really starting to put some distance in between the rest of the pack. That's something we thought we would see, right, Tyler?
Yeah, it's really going to show the guys who got more experience on the road courses, and no different than the oval tracks. It looks like the same guys. When you can drive, you can drive. Moving through the carousel. It's your battle for the lead.
Christopher pushing the car. But Boyd is all over him. Jim Courtney almost 2 seconds back at this point. We're definitely seeing groups develop. Hopefully we'll get some long green runs here. And looks like Boyd and Christopher are going to continue to battle up front.
Having a look back here at the battle for 17th. Brian Wright working on the 60 car of Joel Rajdi.
We've got the 19 getting loose into the bus stop. Was tracking down Greg LeBlanc. Missed the braking zone. Couldn't hang on to it. That was Adam.
Oh, and they're side by side through the inner loop. Brian Wright working hard on that number 60 car of Joel Rajdi, and he makes a pass through the carousel, followed by Ronnie Head in the 77. Some
Raj
good hard
is not
racing
gonna give
here
it away,
towards the
though.
back of the pack.
Raj gives up the position. The 77 car is going to get to the bumper here. They're definitely putting in work back here. That's Adam Novak, Brian Niels, Colt Cecil, Joel Raj, and Brian Wright. Ronnie Head, Jeff Spooner making a play in there.
Looking back towards the front of the pack, Jim Courtney in the 1 car working on the number 4 of Jonathan
The 2-8
Eason.
car takes a dump. Something had to give back there in that 4 or 5 car battle.
Oh, looks like we got multiple cars.
Do we?
The 9 and the 28.
I don't know. I saw Brian spin himself out in the 2-8 car.
Maybe the 9 spun as well.
Single car incidences. Christopher able to put a 2-second lead on Boyd.
Yeah, we're having a look now at the battle for 11th position between the 15 of Jonathan Noon and the 30 of Colt Cecil.
Colt Cecil, new to the league here, looks to put on a strong performance. Started in 16th. He's fought his way up to 12th. And looks like he's going to go ahead and put some space between him and the 15 car. That 84 car of Adam Novak's going to challenge that, and he's going to slow those two down. We got 4, 5, and 6 going into the bus stop. Oh, I'm sorry. Bank left. Sean McDonald catching up to Easton here, coming on the back straight or the front straight, crossing the line. 0-0 of Kevin Fetty. Kevin Fetty doing a lot of work behind the scenes for the league. Thank you, Kevin. Doing some work on the track tonight.
Yeah, currently
Rusty Capel.
running sixth, chasing down that 23 car of Sean McDonald as they make their way through the S's. So we have a nice aerial view. They make their way through. Make their way through the carousel. The 0-0. Kevin Fetty gets a good run. Gonna look to make the pass here in turn 6 on the number 23. See if he'll have the opportunity to make the move. He's running him down. The 23, Sean McDonald, able to hold him off for now as they come to turn 1. Looks like the 23 is just able to get back in the gas a little bit sooner than the 0-0. A little bit quicker off the corners. Making their way through the S's. Long stretch leading up to the inner loop. Having a look at the number 78, Michael Senzi, currently running in the 4th position. Started in 5th. And he's working on the number 4 car, Jonathan Easton, as they come down through turn 1. He closes the gap to within 2 car lengths. Looking to move into 3rd position. Makes a move to the inside. Looks like the 4 car lets him by. So they come down to the bus stop. Michael Senzi's going to move into 3rd position with that pass. He's going to make his way. Looking to hunt down that number 75 of Nick Boyd. Currently making his way through turn 6. Just a
Yeah, Senzi coming out with a strong showing. His first ride in the 78 car. We'll see if he's got what it takes to track him down. If we can stay green, we will need to pit. So strategy will definitely play in as they're navigating through some lap traffic.
take a ride on board that 78 with Michael Senzi. As we have a look in the cockpit, you see what he sees. Working on the 75 of Nick Boyd. Looks like he's got a run on him. He's going to move to the inside, going down into turn 6.
Boyd's going to follow him through.
Keep the
Sean
pass.
McDonald thinking he can make up some ground. Followed by Kevin Fetty. Good run out of the corner.
Come down into turn 1. Number 78 gonna extend that lead as they move through the S's.
Jonathan Christopher moving through the traffic very well. Followed closely now by Michael Senzi in the 78 car. Things still in primary, so new.
Yeah, they didn't even have time to get a coat of paint on that car, did they?
Nothing between Senzi. I stand corrected. You got Brian Wright and Jonathan D. Noon.
Yeah, quite a considerable gap. Senzi just crossing the start-finish line as Jonathan Christopher making his way through turn 1. He's got about an 8-second lead on the 78. Followed by Sean McDonald in the 23.
We have a couple cars that have pitted already.
It looks like Jonathan Eason in the 4 car has elected to stop.
Daniel Ryan in the 5.5 was among one of those drivers as well.
Looks like after about 13 laps.
Frank Dawson's moved up into 7th place here. Frank does a lot of work for us, produces the rookie corner. Famously known for assisting new drivers. Daniel Ryan in the 55 Mellow Yellow. Lost control, but saved the vehicle. It's back on the track.
Oh, looks like the 75 of Nick Boyd. Spinning through turn 1.
He did lose control.
Let's have a look here. We'll see what happened. Oh, looks like he just breaks it loose coming into turn 1. Can't seem to save it. He collects it, gets
Goes
it back
back
on the
to
track.
just racing the track. Nick Boyd definitely has time to make his way back up to the front. Christopher's still running strong. Almost an 8-second lead on Senzi here. Just under halfway.
Yeah, 24 laps to go here at Watkins Glen. Leader Jonathan Christopher currently leading the 2nd place driver by 10 seconds. Think that 78 may be saving fuel?
I don't know, Tyler. I think that there's a lot of space there. I don't think he's saving that much fuel.
Having a look at Jonathan Christopher leading the way.
Working on the 9 car of Toby Weatherford and the 71 of Jason Edmondson. I'm sorry, the 60 of Joel Raj. Joel lets him by. Toby's not giving up an inch here. Not working with Christopher. There we go.
Pulls to the
Into the
side
bus
there.
stop. Christopher navigates it beautifully as he has all day.
Yeah, he's run a real clean race here so far. Found his way to the front of the pack. He started up front. Nick Boyd led a few laps, and wasn't long before Jonathan Christopher had that, and he's held on to it. That's about a 10-second lead on second place. Michael Senzi in the 78. Running third currently Sean McDonald in the 23. Running fourth Kevin Fetty in the 00. Rusty Koppel in the 09. Running fifth. Sixth position Frank Dawson. He's picked up 4 spots since the beginning of the race with 22 laps to go. Running 7th, Jim Courtney in the number 1. Running 8th, number 75, Nick Boyd. He was your pole winner tonight. And
Yeah,
he's in
Boyd.
the pits.
8th place, even after a wreck.
Yeah, he was able to collect, get back on the track. He's in the pits now. Greg LeBlanc, newcomer, currently running 10th.
Oh, we have the 55 of Daniel Ryan takes out himself.
Look at him. He's
Everyone's
trying to
able
get
to get
that
around
car
him.
back rolling.
He gets her started.
Trying to have a look and see what happened there. Just again, it looks like get a little heavy on the brakes. Car brakes loose coming into that first turn. Just overdriving it a little bit, gets into the wall.
Yeah, he did what he could to save it. Not too much damage on the 55 machine. Let's see if he can salvage the rest of this race. And get some points out of today. As he's passed by the 77 of Ronnie Head, running in the 12th position. Ronnie's a real strong competitor in the K&N series. Right now he's in 8th position. 218 points out of the lead.
Yeah, we're just cycling through green flag pit stops. Car's still yet to pit.
Well, we have 14 cars in the lead lap here today.
Looks like 21 laps. 20 to go. 21 laps since Jonathan Christopher has pitted. Well, he is not pitted. He's got 21 laps on those tires. Michael Senzi as well. Kevin Fetty, Rusty Koppel, Jim Courtney, Frank Dawson, all yet to pit.
This is where we'll see some strategy. Who stays out an extra lap? Who goes in early? I'm sure Overstreet would be happy with the way the 78 car is running tonight. Teammate Michael Senzi.
Try to have a look through the field and see if we can find anything good. It's like the 78 coming up on the number 9 of Toby Weatherford.
Bunch of spaced out racing right now.
Green flag pit stops.
A 10 car
We'll
making
do
his way
that.
back onto the track after his pit. We've got a couple coming in now as well.
We'll keep an eye on that leader to see when he comes in. Look to see what Senzi does. '79 Jonathan Christopher gonna stay out again.
Ronnie Head's coming in. The 30 car on his way out, driven by Colt Cecil. Pit road's starting to get real popular. Ronnie on his way out, followed by the 2-7 of Greg LeBlanc. The 9 car, Toby Weatherford. All will be in the fuel window here.
We have a look down pit road. Oh wait, Frank Dawson on his way in.
Jim Courtney.
And
Joel
Jonathan
Raj
Christopher on his way in. He's going to pit after 23 laps. He's going to come down pit road. Senzi's going to stay out, the number 78.
Hard charging.
He's going to look
looking
to
to
be
make up some time here.
Really hard here.
And he's got the room in front of him to go ahead and do it.
We have a look to 79. Making his way off of pit road. It's going to be a matter of how he can run this lap and how Senzi can execute this pit stop.
He's having a little bit of problems here with the 08 car and the 19 of Adam Musso. There's just not much room to pass here.
He's going to want to run as hard a lap as possible.
Makes it by the 08.
And he's
going to
come
follow
down
the
pit
19
road.
car down pit road. Do you think he did enough on that last lap there, Tyler?
We'll have a look, see a great view of the 78 coming down the pit road with the front stretch in the background. 79 making his way down the front stretch. Looks like he's going to get by. There he goes. Down into turn 1. He's going to regain the lead. And Senzi is off. Making his way off of pit road. Looks like Kevin Fetty also moving his way up ahead of that 78 car, Michael Senzi. Have a look back here, see if we can't find some guys. There's a 28 of Brian Wright. He's currently a lap down. Making a pass on the 10 car of Alex Boyd.
10 car of Alex Boyd made his way back to the track. Just let Jonathan D. Noon and Jim Courtney by. Toby Weatherford looking to get by the 10 car. Oh, and Courtney has spun out on the backstrap. Boyd makes it around him. That's a 1-car incident. We're not going to pull the yellow there.
He's going to look to try and get back on his way safely. Seems to be
And
able to
he
do
does.
that. I can only...
Two or more cars involved in an incident will get a yellow here. Everything else is
Gonna have a look back at your leader. Number 79.
Jonathan Christopher. Dominant performance all day. If he were able to capture this one, that would be the second win of the season, tying him with Nick Boyd.
$14 laps to go here at Watkins Glen Esports Racing Association Grand National Series. Your current leader, number 79, Jonathan Christopher. He's got about an 8-second lead on your second place driver, the number 4 of Jonathan Eason, followed by Kevin Fetty in the 00. Michael Senzi in the 78 running 4th, followed by Nick Boyd, your leader in points here in the Esports Racing Association Grand National Series.
Jim Courtney working on Frank Dawson. And he is going to get by going into the bus stop. Nice pass. We now have 12 cars on the lead lap. Jonathan Christopher, first place. Jonathan Easton in the number 4 car in second. The 00 by Kevin Fetty, driven by Kevin Fetty in fourth. Michael Senzi in the 78. Nick Boyd in fifth with the 75 car. Rusty Capel, 09 car. Rusty's been quiet all day, but he's capitalized on a nice, solid, clean run, followed by the 23 of Sean McDonald. Colt Sissel in the 30 car in 8th place. Jim Courtney back up in 9th. Frank Dawson in 10th place. Ronald Head is the last car on the lead lap, as I want to say Jonathan. No, it wasn't Jonathan D. Noon. Jamison Edmondson just drove off the track. His tires aren't that old.
Yeah, just three laps since he last pitted.
Well, he must have just lost control there.
Yeah, turn 1 is tricky. We've seen a lot of drivers overdrive that and spin out here this evening. Oh, and he's off the track again, the number 71 into the outside retaining wall as he comes out of the bus stop. He gets it back rolling, making his way through the carousel.
There must be something going on inside the car.
Having a look back at your leader, Jonathan Christopher, the 79. Kevin Fetty, the 00, has moved up. into second position. Not quite sure. Gonna have a look there at the pass there for second.
Excuse me, folks.
Looks like the 4 bobbles there a bit coming out of turn 7. Fetty capitalizes.
Ronnie Head racing Frank Dawson back here for 9 and 10. I'm sorry, 10 and 11 real hard. Frank seems to be putting some distance in between them here now.
Yeah, looking at the gap that Jonathan Christopher has grown to almost 10 seconds on the second place car, Kevin Fetty. Looks like Michael Senzi's moved into third position. Something going on with that 4 car, as he's in the pits. With just 10 laps to go,
Head finally gets by Dawson Jr. in the 08 car. Jonathan Christopher got a little loose coming out of that turn as he's going to come up on Frank Dawson, fighting to stay on the lead lap here.
take a ride on board with your leader, Jonathan Christopher, as he takes us around the track. Coming through the S turns to the long stretch, leading up to the bus stop. We're right on board to see just how bumpy it is. Looks like the 08 of Frank Dawson spins it going into the bus stop. He's going to stay out of the way. Just a 1-car incident. Coming out of the carousel here with Jonathan Christopher. Down into turn 6. Down into turn 7, coming back to the start-finish line. We're right on board. We missed the first turn where there's been so much trouble.
It'd have been nice to see it from his perspective.
Very smooth through that corner. Uses all of the track. Something we're not very accustomed to here. The Turnleft Racing Network. Making right-hand turns here this evening. With just 8 laps to go, still your leader, Jonathan Christopher. Kevin Fetty in the 00 sitting in second. He qualified 7th here tonight. Had a good run so far. Followed by Michael Senzi, who started 5th, currently running 3rd with just 8 laps to go. Nick Boyd, the number 75, running in 4th. Rusty Koppel in the 09, sitting in 5th with just 8 laps to go. 7 to go this time around. The number 79, Jonathan Christopher, through turn 1, just as the 00 of Kevin Fetty makes his way across the start-finish. The field pretty well spread out. 10 seconds between first and second, about 8 between second and third. Another 10 between third and fourth. Closest battle here would be for fourth position. Have a look. Rusty Capel. It's about 6 seconds off of fourth place. Sean McDonald holding strong in that sixth position in the 23 car. Having a look here as he moves his way through turn 1. Trying to stay on the lead lap. Here comes Jonathan Christopher in the 79, crossing the start finish. That'll be 6 to go this time around. A great aerial view. Ronnie Head, he's your last car in the lead lap. 79 breathing down his neck now as they come through the bus stop. It's a great visual of just how much faster that 79 car is right now.
Yeah, it's been pure dominance all day. And as he navigates lap traffic, it is a beautiful example of how much faster that car is moving. And just tire wear, everything has been a factor for him. He's made the most of the car. Beautiful performance.
Yeah, Ronnie Head in the 77, he's fighting to stay on the lead lap, so don't expect him to give this spot up easy.
He's going to look
And
to
he
get him in the
pulls
bus
down
stop.
to the bottom. Ronnie Head lets him pass.
Uh-oh. We've got some trouble on the bus loop ahead. Looks like he's safely merged back in. Christopher navigates it safely. It was Jim Courtney, I believe.
Yeah. The number 79 moving up on some pretty thick lap traffic here. 28 of Brian Wright is a lap down.
Just 4 to go. Brian White wide on turn 1.
Look to be letting that 79 go. Lap number 37 of 40. Still your leader, Jonathan Christopher. Still with a 10-second lead on Kevin Fetty in the 00 car. Oh, almost
Wow.
contact there from with the 77 and the 9.
Ronnie Head and Toby Weatherford.
Yeah, that number 9 car looks slightly modified. rear bumper, front fender.
Ted getting by him, going into the inner loop.
I will look back at your third place. Number 78, Michael Senzi. As he makes his way across the start-finish line.
I mean, you got to give some credit to Kevin Fetty and Michael Senzi as well. You know, back there, Boyd, you're working on another 15 seconds in between 2 and 3. So these guys have put together some flawless races in the same conditions as Christopher. These are some drivers you definitely want to watch as the next few rounds play on. Next week at Kentucky.
Number 9 car, Toby Weatherford, nearly loses it through turn 1. It's been problematic for multiple drivers all afternoon. Two laps to go. Your leader, number 79, Jonathan Christopher. He's got an 8-second lead. Looks like he may be taking it easy now. 8 to 10 second lead. He stretches it out to about 10, 11 seconds there. Did something happen to the 00? Oh, he's dealing with lap traffic. Jonathan Christopher coming around. He's got to do it one more time. He's got to run a clean lap. That's all he's got to do. Just got to finish. He's got a comfortable lead. Got to run a flawless lap. He can take it easy.
At this point, Jonathan is not even trying. He has enough time to where he can just casually make his way around the track. He's not pushing the car at this point at all.
He's still
10-second lead.
He's stretching the lead almost 14 seconds. 00 Kevin Fetty must have had a hard time making his way through lap traffic. Jonathan Christopher has made his way. 2 more turns. And your winner at Watkins Glen, number 79, Jonathan Christopher, your winner. Great showing.
That'll be the second win for Jonathan here. He picked one up earlier at Homestead. And 2 wins will tie him with Nick Boyd for 2 wins. And Christopher is inside the top 10, so with a win here today, you could definitely see him in the top 3. Unfortunately, Brian Wright, that second in points, didn't have quite as much luck. Still finished in 14th, but I think that you will see a nice change in the top of the standings lineups.
Yeah, your finishing order here this afternoon at Watkins Glen. Jonathan Christopher, your winner. Second place goes to Kevin Fetty. Michael Senzi in the 78 finishes 3rd. Number 75, Nick Boyd, finishing 4th. Rusty Koppel in the 09. Another strong finish for him, top 5. That round out your top 5. Jonathan Eason, the number 4, finishing 6th. Sean McDonald in the 23, 7th. Ronnie Head, 8th. Jim Courtney finishes 9th. 10th place goes to Cole Cecil, top 10 for him in the number 30 car. Greg LeBlanc finishing 11th here tonight, his first race here in the league. Good showing by him for a first race. Adam Musso in the number 19 finishes 12th. 13th, Frank Dawson in the 08. No, number 28 finishing 14th, Brian Wright. 15th goes to Toby Weatherford as we have a look at the 79 doing his burnout celebration. 16th, Adam Novak. Joel Rajdi, 17th. Jonathan Noon, 18th. Alex Boyd, 19th. 20th, Jason Edmiston. 21st, Daniel Ryan. Jeff Spooner, 22nd. Raymond McCoon, 23rd. And Brian Niels, 24th. That'll complete the lineup. We'll see if we can make our way down to the track. Good burnout there by the 79, celebrating his second win of the season. Congratulations to him. Alright, should have oh man, he's not going to have tires left on that car. Hey Chops, you mind holding on for a minute so we can have a word with you? Gonna blow that motor. See if we can go down to the pits and have a word with third place finisher Michael Senzi. Hey Senzi's Tyler and Ryan up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Just want to congratulate you on a strong performance there. Qualifying fifth, finished third, running very well there. Had pit stops. Saw you tried to stay out an extra lap. How did things go for you?
Yeah, overdrove the car in the qualifying and didn't get the best lap, but in the race the car felt really good. I had an extra lap of fuel, so I tried to push it. The only thing that really killed me, I believe, was I got caught up with some lap traffic on my in lap. It slowed me down and just killed me. Lost second place, and it took me forever to kind of get my groove back after the pit stops, and I wasn't running that great at lap times, but got it back together and brought it home third.
Yeah, 79 was running strong there all night. Once he got out front, I mean, he had at least a 10-second lead for most of the race. Did you feel like you were able to gain on him at all, or were you just kind of cruising for third after a point?
I was really pushing the whole race. I actually overdrove the bus stop probably 5 times and gone off the track a couple. But I think if we had a late restart, I think I would have had something for Jonathan. But he just got out into clean air and was able to manage the lap traffic a lot better. He had it all together tonight.
Yeah, well, nonetheless, strong performance from you here tonight. Your first time here in the number 78 in the Grand National Series. I'm sure Michael Overstreet would be proud of your strong performance. Thanks for taking the time to talk with us. Congratulations again.
Thank you. Thanks again.
Hey, Jonathan, you around?
Yeah, I'm here.
Tyler and Ryan up in the booth. Ryan's got a couple questions for you.
Well, Tyler,
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead.
Christopher, I just wanted to thank you and congratulate you at the same time.
Appreciate it.
Walk me through, the setup and everything that goes into a race like this.
Answer. But I mean, as far as the setup, a lot of people said the setup was trash. I liked it. Could have been a little bit better, but you just got to, you got to race what you got. But I think lap traffic helped me the most. Getting around lap traffic and the second place car getting stuck behind them. I think that's what, honestly, if I was going to be completely honest, I think that helped me the most.
Yeah, you seem to navigate that really well. Nobody seemed to really give you any problems. You were just all over the track tonight. You seemed to make the right decisions. You pit at the right time, and that's the second win that ties you up with Nick Boyd. Do you have any tracks in the near future that you feel like you're going to run really strong at?
Kentucky next week, I'm okay at. Texas, I'm really good at. That's my home track. But other than that, maybe the Roval, when we get to it later in the season. I know towards the end of the season we run a little bit more short tracks. Road course racing is more my forte than oval. So I'm looking forward towards the Roval. But it's not a quote-unquote real road course race, so we'll see.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for you on that home track of Texas, and look forward to watching your work. There's no doubt in my mind that you'll pick up another W here in the K&N Series.
I hope so. I got to defend that championship.
Thank you, sir, and we'll speak to you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks again, man. Congrats.
Appreciate it.
Well, you heard it, Ryan. A lot of sounds like the consensus was that lap traffic was definitely a factor. Michael Senzi stating that he had a hard time, got caught up, couldn't get back into the groove after his pit stop, having to deal with the lap traffic. Jonathan Christopher confirming what he says, saying that that was his biggest advantage here at Watkins Glen. Strong road course racer.
Yeah.
As far as the field,
he's
highest
got this
I rating, A-class I rating of almost 1,500 on the road course. So yeah, Jonathan Christopher just confirming what Michael Senzi had to say about the lap traffic.
Yeah, I think everybody had to deal with it. He was able to get through it safely. He was patient. He executed today. I definitely look to see him in the future. But Kevin Fetty, very strong performance tonight, as well as Michael Senzi. Just like Michael said earlier, another restart would have definitely made the end of this race a little bit more exciting. But fortunately, these guys were able to hold it together. There was only 2 cautions, I believe, the whole race. Very solid performance by all the drivers tonight. I look forward to Kentucky and seeing what these guys can do out there.
Yeah, having a look at the schedule. We have Kentucky on the August 20th. Race number 8, 80 laps at Kentucky. Followed by an off week on the week of August 27th. And we'll go back to Texas starting September. So some fun, exciting tracks looking forward, and we look forward to seeing everybody next week at Kentucky. From Turnleft Racing Network, we want to thank you for watching Esports Racing Association Grand National Series. Tonight's winner, congratulations, number 79, Jonathan Christopher. We'll see you next week. Everybody have a good night.